welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about gains in life. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. Today we are going to talk about the gains in life. Generally, when people come to us, they ask us which is the area that we can get good profits in life from. Then we do need to see a certain house. What is that house? The 11th house. It in Sanskrit texts is known as the Labh house or the Labsthan. That means the house of gains, the house of profits. So we need to pay a special attention on the 11th house when we want to see the gains in life. Always remember, the second house talks about the accumulated wealth, whereas the 11th house talks about the gains that we make in a day-to-day life or over a period of time in life. So the areas of life from which we gain. The first thing that we need to see is the planet which is conjunct the 11th lord, because the 11th house is known as the house of gains. The 11th lord is known as the lord of gains. So any planet which is conjunct the 11th lord gives you gains. Then we take the house in which the 11th lord is placed. If the 11th lord is placed in, say, the third house, you could gain from siblings. You could gain from your creativity. If the 11th lord is placed in your 7th house, you could gain from your partners. You could gain from becoming a lawyer, because the 7th house is also shows the profession of a lawyer. It gives you an opportunity to speak on a public platform. If the 11th lord is placed in the 12th house, elders say that you should move away from your place of birth, far away land, and you will gain from there. If the 11th lord is placed in the 6th house, you will do a good job, a good service, and you will earn money from that area of life. Or you could also become a doctor, a veterinary doctor of pet animals, and you could earn from that area of life. Now, so let's also work on the planets conjunct the 11th lord, because it is very important to see what kind of planet is conjunct. Say, if Mercury is the planet which is conjunct the 11th lord, then it's likely that you could get wealth from your business, because Mercury talks about business. You could get wealth from speaking, because Mercury is the planet of communication. You could be running a communication service center, say a center which deals with parcels, with all those logistics. Or you could, if it is Mercury, then you could also be a good in debate, and you could earn from those areas. If it's Venus, then you could be trading in or you could be working in a high-end company, because Venus always shows luxury. You could be dealing in luxurious goods. If it's Jupiter that is conjunct your 11th lord, then it can give you 16 kinds of wealth, and it can give you happiness from teaching, counseling, and doing all these things. If it's Venus, again, artistic talents can also give you a lot of money. If it's Sun, administrative effects. If it's Saturn that is conjunct your 11th lord, then you can get a lot of money from being in the government services, or you can be having a strong hold over the blue-collared people under you, and you could earn money. If it's Moon, there will be ups and downs in your gains, but if you deal with chemicals, if you deal with liquids, that's good. Working in the army, if your 11th lord is conjunct Mars, or developing strategies and being very energetic, being in sports, can give you a lot of gains from the 11th. If the 11th lord is conjunct these planets. Rahu conjunct the 11th lord will act as an 11th lord, and placed in good houses, it gives you immense amount of wealth. And Ketu there gives you an ability to form communities and societies, because the 11th house is also about societies. So societies pertaining to similar people and giving you prominence in that area of life. We've already talked about the house in which the 11th lord is placed. Last but not the least, you have to see the planets which are placed in the 11th house, or whichever lord is placed in the 11th house. So let's take the example of Mars being the 11th lord for Capricorn Lagna. So if we are going to, and Scorpio being the 11th house. Now for Capricorn Lagna, we see that are there any planets placed in Capricorn, in Scorpio? Okay, so what is that planet? That planet will give us its results. Of which house does it belong to? So we have, say, like I said, if this Mars is the lord of the planet placed in Scorpio is the lord of the sixth house. It very clearly states, being Mercury, you have the aptitude of a counselor, because here Scorpio is also something which is deep, something which is hidden, and it gives you certain results. And sixth house shows service, it's communication, so you are able to motivate people very well and get good money out of it. So let us take a few examples. In Warren Buffett's chart, we first see that his Lagna is Sagittarius. For a Sagittarius Lagna person, 11th house becomes Libra, and here in his chart, this Venus is placed, the owner of Libra is placed in the 10th house with an exalted 10th Lord Mercury. Yes, there is Nijbhang because Venus is debilitated. So we see that he makes good money in trading. Mercury is all about business. Mercury is all about trading. It is also aspected by the 5th Lord and the 12th Lord Mars, and we see that he would do good in the business field itself, because Mercury is about business. It is also about calculations, and it is also about perceptions. He had his own way of earning wealth. Let's talk about Swami Vivekananda. So Swami Vivekananda also has the same Lagna, and here we need to see the difference, because we need to see the placement also. Is the same Lagna, but the placement, and it's the same combination of planets, because the Lagna is Sagittarius, the 11th Lord will become Venus, but now it is placed in the 2nd house with the 10th Lord. It is talking about your, and Mercury. Mercury again is delivering speech. Mercury in the 2nd house talks about your ethics, about your knowledge, and Venus here gives you and makes you a guru. It acts like the guru that it is, and giving that knowledge, that ability to speak, and the ability to be articulate made him who he was. That's the place where he gained people's confidence. He gave people the ethical values about living, and he told them how life can be, what is there and what is beyond. Do let us know where your 11th Lord is placed, or which planets are placed in your 11th house. Check it. How do you get benefit from this house? Do work on that and let us know. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.